Was Hobbiton the capital of a secret, advanced Victorian society hidden away in the hills of northwest Middle-earth? Why don't you grab a cup of coffee? Or maybe some tea, imported from the Orient, as we enter the speculation zone. How did these devilish little tricksters get their hands on such fineries? In Chapter 1 of The Hobbit, among the refreshments demanded by the dwarves of Bilbo as they stormed into his Shire home were ale, cakes, and coffee. Now, coffee is not a plant that is native to the cooler northern European climates of the Shire. Remember, the Shire is Birmingham. It just is. See our video here for why. Coffee originates in tropical Ethiopia, but thrives in climates around the world and flourishes in areas with average annual temperatures between 49 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, altitudes of 3,000 to 6,000 feet, and a minimum of 60 inches of annual rainfall. In other words, places that are nothing like the Shire. So how did they get their coffee beans? Were they doing their own roasting? What do you think they made their cappuccinos with? Or tea? Well, that's from China, everyone knows that. Embarrassing. If they were getting coffee from the south, the only way they could have acquired it would be through the trade networks of Mordor. How were the Hobbits, a supposedly neutral, if not benevolent society, part of a trade network eschewed by the good kingdoms of Gondor, Rohan, and the Elves? What possibly could the evil powers of Middle-earth want from the diminutive alcoholics in exchange for the great gifts of technology, coffee, and tea? Absolutely nothing. Their chief ally, however, saw the Hobbits as the economic opportunity of a lifetime. I am, of course, referring to Saruman and the Hobbit's pipeweed. Now, what could Saruman want with pipeweed? He was constantly harping on Gandalf for his love of the halfling's leaf. Yet he had the largest supply of longbottom leaf outside of the Shire. So why was Saruman, an ethereal spirit from the timeless halls of Ero Iluvatar, so desperate to get his hands on that sweet hobbit sticky icky? Because he was addicted to envy. J.R.R. Tolkien spoke of how Saruman was deeply jealous of his lesser counterpart, Gandalf the Grey, and his super cool pipe. So green was he that he took up the habit in imitation of Gandalf. And, as we all know, only cool people have pipes. As we see from the Unfinished Tales, Part 3, Chapter 4, Subsection 3, it is here that Saruman first learned of the halfling's leaf. Quote, "The council met in Rivendell, and Gandalf sat apart, silent, but smoking while Saruman spoke against him. I wonder a little that you should play with your toys of fire and smoke while others are in earnest speech." Gandalf laughed and replied, "You would not wonder if you used this herb yourself. But it is not one of my toys. It is an art of the little people away in the west." He drew on his pipe and sent out a great ring of smoke with many smaller rings that followed it. With that, he got up and left Saruman without another word. Gandalf was a master at nagging, and it worked. Saruman immediately picked up the habit. It appears that Saruman might have been in the early stages of what some experts call doing a talented Mr. Ripley. And if you'd like to talented Mr. Ripley me, like and subscribe. I'm a men's large. Keep following along for more Mid-Earth Somm in the Speculation Zone. Quote, "There's a helicopter overhead because they're onto us. They don't want you to know what we know. If you are hearing helicopters above your house as well right now, pack everything up and get out of there as soon as you can. The literary world wants to keep this truth buried. It's us versus them now. Stay strong, my speculation nation. Stay strong." Iluvatar speed.